Let's do the time warp again. Hello everybody, my name is James. This is my YouTube vlog, My Gaming Weekly, here on my channel F9 Gaming UK. So let's start this week's episode talking about my recent pickups. So we recently went to Wales to visit my parents as it was my dad's birthday, as we mentioned in the last video. If you haven't watched that, then please do check out the link at the end of this video to watch last week's vlog. They don't have any video game stores where they live. Their nearest town is Aberystwyth, which is full of charity shops, as it's a student town, so they seem to be quite popular there. So there wasn't a lot of choice in games to buy while we were there, but we did manage to get 3, and they were all £1 each, so, you know, a bit of a bargain. Can't complain with that. And the first one we're going to talk about is UFC 2009 Undisputed on Xbox 360. So this was released by THQ and produced by Ukes. It was the same team and studio that brought us the WWE games back in the day before 2K took the license after THQ shut down. So I'm interested in comparing it to the old WWE games and see how it fares up. I'm not a fan of UFC. I do find it quite boring, to be honest, but from a video game standpoint, I think it could be quite interesting, especially to see how it compares to those old WWE games. And again, it was only £1. I'm not going to complain. So sticking with the sports theme, another game I also got for £1 from a charity shop was Madden 18 for Xbox One. Naturally, it had Tom Brady on the cover. He was the biggest star at the time. I haven't bought a Madden game in a long time. I used to be a big fan of the NFL. I still follow the teams, see what's going on, still enjoy watching the Super Bowl, but I just don't have the time or the energy to sit and watch it on a weekly basis. We do get quite good coverage here in the UK thanks to Sky Sports NFL. I just don't have the energy to stay up every Sunday night, Thursday night until 5 a.m. to watch a game that should only last 60 minutes. You know, it can be very time consuming. I'm getting old, I'm nearly 40. So, you know, I've got better things to do with my time, like sleep. But for a £1 game, I'm not going to argue. It'll be fun to have a go. Like I say, I haven't bought a game in a while that's Madden or NFL themed, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares to how I remember them. And the third and final physical game I picked up while we were at the charity shops is The Thing. This is for PC. It's a PC CD-ROM game. It's based on the movie, the John Carpenter movie of the same name, which, by the way, is a bloody brilliant movie. If you haven't watched it, do check it out, especially around now as it is Halloween season. It is worth the watch. I do have this game on a original Xbox. I think it came out around the same time as this. Let's just double check. Yeah, 2002. The only concern I had with this was that I was a bit unsure whether it would live up to the quality that I'm expecting, mainly because it's a CD-ROM game, where the Xbox One was a DVD. So I'm like, not as much storage. How's it going to compare? But you know, it's PC, so it's going to be zip files, hopefully, and then a lot of it will be loaded onto the PC, and you'll just need the CD to read, just to load the game at the start, and everything else will come from your hard drive. The only other concern I had about buying this game was the charity shop that I got it from. A lot of the games were in the wrong boxes, so I did nearly end up with a different game. But luckily, I found the right disc in one of the other boxes, so at least we've got the right game, luckily. It doesn't say on the box whether it should be more than one disc, so hopefully there was only one disc for it, and I've got the full game. But I guess we'll have to wait and see and find out. But let's move on to this week's main topic of conversation, which of course is what have I been playing? And that game is the Rocky Horror Show video game. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the Rocky Horror Show, let me break it down for you in around 90 seconds. A young couple, Brad and Janet, decide to get engaged, and to celebrate, they decide to travel to see their friend, who matched them up. However, on their journey, their car breaks down, and they seek solace from a nearby house where they are greeted by Richard O'Brien. Yes, the same guy that used to host the Crystal Maze. Upon entering the house, they get stuck doing the time warp and watching Christopher Biggins eat cake, before meeting the master of the house, Dr. Frankenfurter, who invites them up to his lab to meet his latest creation, the beautiful Rocky. Meatloaf sings a song before he is swiftly killed by Frankenfurter, and Brad and Janet are forced to spend the night where they are both seduced by Dr. Frank. Having tasted blood and wanting more, Janet seduces Rocky before they are caught together, just as their friend Dr. Everett Scott shows up at the same house. After a very awkward dinner, it turns out that the meatloaf on the plate was in fact the singer. A big song and dance number ensues in what is called the floor show, before Richard O'Brien returns to tell everyone that Frank's adventures are over and it's time to return back to their home planet, killing Dr. Frankenfurter and Rocky in the process, leaving Brad, Janet, and Dr. Scott to fend for themselves. The end. So there we have it. That is the main premise of the Rocky Horror Show. But how does the video game compare? Well, this is the first video game for the Rocky Horror Show in probably about 30 years. I think there was one for Atari years ago, back in the 80s. We haven't had a game since, so let's find out how good it was. So as you can see, that the style that they've gone with is for the old retro 8-bit style, similar to what we used to have on the Nintendo Entertainment System. The audio is of 8-bit chiptune quality as well, and I have to say the best thing about this game is the audio. Yeah, there's a few annoying sound effects in there that are part of the game, but the overall soundtrack to the game is like amazing. All the songs from the show, from the stage show, from the movie, whichever one you're comparing it to, all of the songs are there, including Once in a While, which was cut from the movie version. Is it a difficult game? No. It takes about 90 minutes to play, which is about the same length as the movie. So, do you want to watch the movie or do you want to play the movie? It's entirely up to you because it's roughly about the same length of time. The boss levels in the game aren't overly difficult. Luckily, there's no lives in this. If you do die, you just retry. It's infinite lives. So, nice and easy. I was curious as to how they were going to portray the floor show in the game, which is the main, which is like the climax of the show, of the movie, if you will. So I was interested to find out how they were going to take that and turn it into the game. Turns out I was not disappointed. Take a look. So, yeah, as you can tell, it's fun. They've captured the essence of the movie, of the show, the same fun, the same humour, the same debauchery. It's all in there. It's absolutely brilliant. For a game that kind of snuck up on us, we weren't expecting this game. I think the first announcement for it was at the back end of September, and here we are 3 weeks later, the game's released. Yes, it could be better. Yes, there could be more challenges in it. Yes, there could be some more replay value to it, because once you've played it, you've played it. But apparently those things are coming. The game is cheap. I think it cost me like £7 on Nintendo eShop. It's also available to buy on Steam. It will be coming to Xbox and PlayStation in the future, so keep a lookout for those updates. But is it worth the money? If you're a fan of the film, if you're a fan of the show, absolutely. Maybe not if you're unfamiliar with the story. This is definitely a fan-made passion project for fans. Like I say, if you're not a fan of the film, of the stage show, this probably won't appeal to you. But for a game that's like, what, £7, it's got 10% off at the moment as well for an introductory offer. It's definitely worth your time and your money.
It's not easy having a good time. Even smiling makes my face ache.
But just seeing an 8-bit version of Frankenfurter sing Sweet Transvestite is just amazing. And yes, even the time warp is in there. So that is what I've been playing this week, the Rocky Horror Show video game on Nintendo Switch. Did I enjoy it? Yes. Is it worth your money? Yes, if you're a fan. But that's it. I haven't played any other games. I just haven't had the time. So we're going to wrap up this week's episode. Next week, we are going to be talking about how to get free games through Amazon Prime. So if that's something that you're interested in, then please do hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of Rocky Horror. Is this game appealing to you? Did you know this game even existed? Share your thoughts below in the comments and I'll try to reply to as many as I can. What are your thoughts on the games that I picked up as well? Madden, UFC, The Thing. Which of these games stands out to you the most? Are you a fan of any of those series? Also, let me know in the comments below. But that's about it from me this week. Please do give this video a big thumbs up so that YouTube knows to send this video out to other people who may also be interested. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can find out when that video drops next week, all about free games from Amazon. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are, and we shall see you next time.
From retro to reset, our journey begins. Exploring each level where the adventure never ends. F9 Gaming UK, we're here to entertain. With classic games we love, memories will retain.